That's going to be Ted Seifried, Zaner Ag Hedge. He's down in Houston at the Commodity Classic. Ted's got the corner suite with the private bar. Everybody's hanging out at his place. Ted, thanks for being on. Anything jump out at you when I talk about those ag prices?
Hey, it's great to see corn positive again, and beans almost 15 cents off the lows. That's really nice to see. I mean, export sales were disappointing once again for soybeans, but we've managed to sort of shrug that off, at least for the moment. Whether we hold on to, I'm not going to say strength because we're still down on the day, but whether we hold on to this bounce or not remains to be seen. I think all of us are kind of looking for the possibility of a near-term bottom in here, and we really still need that to be confirmed. Now, corn is now trading over its 10-day moving average, threatening to break out over its 20-day moving average to have a bigger correction potentially. Soybeans haven't quite done that yet. So what are the beans going to do? We're all kind of waiting to see what happens there.
Yeah, I mean, the deliveries and then export sales. I mean, there was this kind of a negative pal, but you know what it smells like to me, at least right now, obviously things can change, but it just smells like the sentiment is they got sick and tired of going lower.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you get relative strength indexes in the teens. Like corn got down to 16% there for a little bit. At some point, enough is enough for now. And you wonder if we've reached that point. The only thing that bothers me is that there's still a whole lot of producer selling that yet to happen. And how long can we hold in an environment with high interest rates, needing to pay off loans, needing to move grain, good weather to allow us to do that? So look, let's get the March off the board, or at least, into the delivery period. Then we can start looking at May. Then maybe we see a little bit of a slowdown on cash movement. And then maybe we can get a little bit of a bounce. I mean, I feel like there should be some weather premium in here for that second season corn crop in Brazil. Again, I think things have gone far enough for now. But again, bear markets don't like to do exactly what they're told, right? So we're kind of waiting to see how this plays out. But, there is hope, at least for the moment, of a bigger bounce. That being said, I think that bounce should be sold. I don't think the fundamentals have really changed much at all.
Right.
And I do think the funds that have been very aggressive sellers of these markets we'll come back and do that just again on a bit of a bounce. But maybe for now, we can allow this thing to go higher a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Great stuff. Stay right there. We're going to go away. We're going to pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk more. That? All right. Let's get back to Mr. Ted Seifried, Zaner Ag Hedge. He's down in Houston. All right, Ted, what are your thoughts here on some of these livestock prices?
Yeah, look, this is the first major 2-day correction we've had in feeder cattle basically since December 6th. And so, maybe there's a little bit more downside potential. Just like we've talked about in the grains, how we're due for a bounce. Well, in the cattle complex, we're due for a correction. And it doesn't really speak to me of a change in fundamentals or anything like that. I think these are just healthy things for markets. And so, yeah, I don't know. I wonder if we're going to see a little bit more downside. The first major correction that we've had since we put in those lows on December 6th. And we'll see where we go from there. But, again, I think these things are healthy. As far as hogs are concerned, man, how sideways this has been as we consolidate up near the high end of this recent move. I think that's a positive thing. Sometimes we need to correct RSIs. Sometimes things like consolidation is healthy for markets. Really, across the board, where we don't have a whole lot of fundamental news hitting us left and right like we have in months past, it's good to see markets doing market things. Again, healthy market things,
right.
Corrections
right.
and consolidations and relative strength.
You know what else is good to see before you go? That cow hat and the corn cob hat behind you. So we definitely took note of that. So I wanted to get that in there before we have to jump because we got to go. But anyway, really appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much, Ted Seifried, coming to us all the way from Houston. He's at the Commodity Classic. You see his little props in the background there?
He made that room.
He knows what he's doing. He's a good
room.
marketer. Yeah,
That's
there
right.
you go.